not even sure I can show this work on YouTube. In light of America's fight against Michelangelo's David being shown to children, I thought I would show you 10 of art history's most controversial artworks. And guess what? Michelangelo's David isn't even one of them. Hi, my name is Taya and I'm here to teach you a little bit about art history. Those who don't know much about art history may not know that many of the revered works today, such as Andy Warhol's Campbell's soup cans, were extremely controversial when they were created. In today's video, I'm going to count down the most controversial works from all of art history. Guernica was completed in 1937 by Spanish artist Pablo Picasso, now one of the most recognizable works in the world and highly regarded by critics as the most influential anti-war painting in history. It was once a topic of contention for its strong critical message. The artist painted the work at his home in Paris after the 1937 bombing of Guernica and depicted a gorged horse, a bull, screaming women, a dead baby, a dismembered soldier, and flames. One of the most powerful decrees against fascism in all of art history. Pablo Picasso refused to display the work in Spain until they saw justice restored. In 1967, artists petitioned for the work to be removed while on display at the MoMA in protest of the Vietnam War. Blue Poles is an abstract expressionist work completed in 1952 by American artist Jackson Pollock. One of the artist's best-known action paintings, Pollock believed he was portraying the irrationality of the modern human condition. Initially, this work, along with the artist's other canvases that were made by dripping and splattering paint, were rife with controversy. The radical painting style shocked people before it became a staple within abstract expressionism. In 1973, the work was purchased by the National Gallery of Australia for AUD $1.3 million. The purchase created a political and media scandal over the perceived financial ineptitude of Whitlam's Labor Party government, and the value of abstract art as the work's price set a world record for a contemporary American painting. My Bed was created in 1998 by English artist Tracey Emin. The work portrayed her bed with items thrown around the space. The work gained tremendous media attention. Inspired by a depressive yet sexual phase of the artist's life when she ate and drank nothing but alcohol for 4 days and did not leave her bed. When she looked around at the end of those 4 days, she saw what she had made. Critics called it a farce, exclaiming that anyone could exhibit an unmade bed, to which the artist responded, "Well, they didn't, did they? Nobody had ever done that before." Some people were utterly disgusted and deeply critical over the sheets stained with bodily secretions, condoms, underwear with period stains, and other everyday objects lying around the bed. The Luncheon on the Grass by Edward Manet from 1863 depicts a nude female, a scantily dressed female bather, and 2 fully dressed men in a rural setting. The work was initially rejected by the Paris Salon in 1863. So the artist took the opportunity to present the work at the Exhibition of Rejects, where the work received considerable controversy. The unabashed nude woman, surrounded by fully clothed men, was entirely scandalous at that period, and many were repulsed by the work. Piss Christ is a photograph taken by American artist Andre Serrano in 1987. The photograph shows a plastic crucifix submerged in a tank of the artist's urine. The public saw the work as blasphemous, especially since he received taxpayer-funded support from the National Endowment for the Arts. The work was so controversial the artist received death threats and hate mail, and a print of the work was damaged during an exhibition in France in 2011. Campbell's soup cans were produced by American artist Andy Warhol between November 1961 and April 1962. 32 canvases, each measuring 20 by 16 inches, depict a variety of the canned soup varieties offered by the company at the time. Warhol's works were known for exploring the line between artistic expression, celebrity culture, mass production, and mass media culture. His soup cans caused a larger stir when exhibited in Los Angeles in 1962. In part, its criticism was for its technique, part for the artist's motives, and part for the philosophy of abstract expressionism. One of my favourite works, Do Women Have to Be Naked to Get into the Met Museum by the Guerrilla Girls, was one of 30 posters published in a portfolio titled Guerrilla Girls Talk Back. The anonymous American feminist artists group has worked since 1984 to expose sexual and racial discrimination in the art world, all while protecting their identities with guerrilla masks and pseudonyms. The work was originally commissioned by the Public Art Fund for a billboard in New York, but was rejected for not being clear enough. The group then rented an advertising space on New York City buses until the company cancelled their lease, saying the image was too suggestive. Another one of my favourite artworks, Fountain by Marcel Duchamp, is a ready-made sculpture of a porcelain urinal signed R. Mutt 1917. The artist described the purpose of his ready-made sculpture, stating, "They are everyday objects raised to the dignity of a work of art by the artist's act of choice." While the work was not rejected from an exhibition of the Society of Independent Artists because they had a rule where all works would be accepted, the work was never placed in the show area. Many have argued that the work cannot be considered an artwork, inciting questions such as, what makes something a work of art? What is the role of an art institution in evaluating and qualifying art? Which is exactly what Duchamp wanted. Dropping a Han Dynasty Urn is a photographic series by Ai Weiwei in 1995. The series of photographs are comprised of the 148 by 121 centimeter black and white images depicting the artist holding, dropping, and standing over the remains of a Han Dynasty urn that was approximately 2,000 years old. The artist is known for using art to criticize the Chinese government and to fight for freedom of expression. His response to people saying this was an act of desecration was, "General Mao used to tell us that we can only build a new world if we destroy the old one." The Origin of the World by French artist Gustave Courbet is a close-up view of the vulva and abdomen of a naked woman lying with her legs spread wide. The depiction of a nude body, let alone a female nude, was revolutionary for 19th century society, which is something that artists such as Courbet sought to change. Even with our standards having significantly changed since the completion of this work, the painting remains provocative and controversial. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this.